Hello cruisers, welcome to my first video. This video is going to be a ship review on a ship that I just got off of. I just got off a cruise. It was a 4-day cruise on the Majesty of the Seas, which is a Royal Caribbean ship. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that ship and give you some details. The Majesty of the Seas is a sovereign class in the Royal Caribbean fleet. The ship is 880 feet long and it has a beam of 106 feet. So it's 880 feet long and it's 106 feet wide. It's registered in Nassau, Bahamas currently, and it was launched in 1992. And it had a refit in January of 2007. It's got 13 decks for the passengers, and it has a speed of 22 knots, or that's what it's capable of doing. Doesn't mean it's going to be going at that speed. It will hold 2,744 passengers with 833 crew members. The ship has 6 bars and lounges, and they're spread out around the ship. I personally, I've been on, at the time of this video, 8 or 9 cruises, and I've been on 6 or 7 ships. This was my first Royal Caribbean cruise, so this ship was completely different than what I'm used to. And I honestly think the ship was awesome. It's probably one of my favorite ships now. And like I said, the ship that I was on is the Majesty of the Seas. And I really love the ship. The ship didn't feel too dated. I mean, it was refitted in 2007, and the ship had an elegant feel. To it. It was nicely done. The ship was really clean. It had a walking or jogging track around the whole ship, and that was on deck. I think it was deck 5. It's either deck 5 or deck 7, I forget. But it was a nice wide track around the whole ship. Each time I went out on it, I mean, it wasn't real crowded, so you could walk around the whole track with not a whole lot of people. And I went at different times of the day, so it was a nice feature to the ship. The ship has 13 decks. It's got a pool. It's got like a kiddie pool as well. I noticed 4 different hot tubs. It has a Johnny Rockets, which was really nice. It also had a Compass Deli, which you could get deli sandwiches, and the deli sandwiches didn't cost extra. Johnny Rockets did charge extra. I think it was like a $6.95 fee per person per time. But the deli was free. And then you had Sorrento's Pizza as well, that was free. That was open till 3 a.m. I believe. So you could get pizza up until then, and the pizza was free. I never ate in the dining room, so I can't really say anything about that. I walked in there and it was nicely done, elegant looking. It was kind of in the middle of the ship, so I was not used to that. I'm used to the dining rooms being in the back of the ship, and so that caught me off guard. And it had a buffet, which was in the very front of the ship, called the Windjammer Cafe, and it had a good variety of food. We ate at the Windjammer Cafe every meal, every day. So it had a really good range of food, and I'm a picky eater, and I was able to find something every day for every meal. The shops on the ship were located in the middle of the ship, and it was different because you walked in, you had to go up a little flight of stairs if you're coming from, say, the staircases from one of the rooms wherever you are. But you walked up a little flight of stairs, and then you had this round, I don't know what you would call it, but it was cut into the roof and everything. It was kind of cathedral-like. And then the shops were centered around it. And I'll show a picture of it right here. But yeah, it was definitely different. I wasn't expecting that, and the whole setup was really nice. And the shops, we walked in a couple of the shops. You know, it was a typical cruise ship shops. If you've never been on a cruise before, they offer a variety of shops where you can purchase snacks or watches and just a variety of stuff, alcohol, and but they had a good variety. Seemed like the prices were decent, but I didn't buy anything. The ship also had a casino. The casino had a good variety of games, as well as the card tables, and the casino was a pretty good size for a ship that's 880 feet long. Next to the casino, there was a bar slash lounge, and which was really nice. It had a cool feel to it, and I will show a picture of it right here. I never really spent much time in there. It was always kind of busy, and I don't drink, so I didn't really hang out in there that much. In the back of the ship, there was the main theater room where they do all the shows, and it was called a Chorus Line Theater, and it was 2 floors. It was pretty elegant. It was nice looking. It wasn't as wide as the typical room that they do shows in on other ships that I'm used to. And that was due because it had the jogging track around the ship on the same level. So if the track was 10 to 15 feet wide on both sides, it brought the room in a little bit. So up on the upstairs, you didn't have as much seating as other ships that I'm used to. But I went to all the shows and never really saw the theater completely full. So it was pretty easy to get a seat. Maybe go in 10 minutes before the show, and you can find the seat that you would really want. So the ship also offers a fitness center and spa. I didn't spend any time in either one of those, so I can't really say how well those were. I walked by it. It looked like it would have been nice if that's what you're into. I did see a lot of people walking into it, so I'm pretty sure it was pretty decent. The ship also offered several areas for kids to hang out in. One of them was called the Adventure Ocean, and that was for, kids can hang out in there. I never walked into there, but they had a little sign on there that said for kids up to 17 years old. So I didn't really want to interfere with that. But yeah, so it's got a spot for kids as well. The ship also offered a sports deck which had a basketball court, and it also had a rock climbing wall. The rock climbing wall was pretty tall. I mean, it was a pretty cool looking wall. I wish I would have tried it. At the very top of the ship there was a circular room that overlooked the whole ship, and it was called the Viking Crown Lounge. And that was, I think they held private events up there for previous Royal Caribbean cruisers. They held something, I think, there every night. But they did offer, you are allowed up there, even though it's your first time cruise or you're not a part of the event. They did have a little section roped off that you could go up into, and when they weren't doing any events, you could walk around the whole thing, which was really cool because you had a 360-degree view walking around, and it was really cool being able to sit up there and watch the deck or whatever. Yeah, I really enjoyed that feature of the ship. The stateroom that I stayed in was one of the smaller staterooms. It was only 120 square feet. I had the two twins. Like I said, it is small, but you don't spend a lot of time in the room, so it really didn't bother me. It was set up nice. I would stay in a smaller room if I had to. The room size didn't bother me or faze me one bit. And it was decorated nice. It was a nice looking room. The bathroom was a typical cruise ship bathroom. It was small. I felt myself hitting my elbows on the wall in the shower a couple times. But that's typical cruise ship bathroom. So again, that's you kind of expect that, and it doesn't bother me. So, but the bathroom was nice. The stateroom was nice, and yeah, overall, the whole ship is a really nice ship, and I would definitely take a cruise on the same ship again. I actually want to take a cruise on the same ship again, and because it was, as of right now, it's my favorite ship. So if you have any questions about this video or the ship, please feel free to leave a comment or message me, and I will try my best to answer any questions. I'm sure I've left out probably quite a bit in this video, but this is my first video on here, so I'm going to watch this and see what I can learn from this video and see what I've left out, and hopefully add to the next videos. So like I said, if you have any questions about this video or ship or any suggestions, please leave a comment below or message me. And thanks for watching, and get out there and start cruising.